Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Juice Baseball channel, and welcome back to another episode of the Cincinnati Reds rebuild here on MLB The Show 22. That is right, we continue season number 2. In the last episode, we did opening day. If you've missed the last 2 episodes of this series, we did the spring training video where I kind of cut together some highlights of some of the better and the worst plays from spring training. And I had a little voiceover where I talked about who I thought might have a chance at making the team, who I thought might have to take another couple years or a year or two to still try and develop a little bit more. So if you want to go see that, that is the spring training special. And then the last episode, the previous episode to this, was opening day against the Giants, I'm pretty sure, and Aaron Nola. And I think we won that game. I guess we could check right here. We lost that game 4-5. That's right, I remember that. Hunter Green pitched amazing in that game, and we came back, but then in the 8th or the 9th inning, something like that, we lost. Or no, we went to extras. We tied it and went to extras. That's right. And then we lost in extra innings to the Giants 5-4. So unfortunately, we started out with a loss, and we haven't really picked up that many more wins this season. We currently sit at 6-15 in late April. There's still a ton of season left to play, a lot of baseball left to go in this year. But this team is not looking amazing. The bright spot of this team has been Chris Bassett, our free agent signing, who is 34 years old. He's 2-1 in 4 starts with a 1.42 ERA. He is pitching really well in his first couple starts here in Cincinnati. Plus, he was born in Ohio, so he's back home. But as you can see, every other starter is cold. Connor Overton has almost a 10 ERA. Even Hunter Green, who had a really good start on opening day, has struggled this season, this early part of the season. So we have been kind of depressing in terms of our pitching rotation. The lineup has not been much better. We haven't been scoring many runs. Tyler Stevenson's been struggling. Joey Votto's been struggling, but he's a 64 overall, so that's no surprise there. And we just haven't been able to put together any sort of offense. Noelvi Marte's been kind of struggling. We did hit our first home run of the career of Elly de la Cruz. We hit 2 home runs in that opening day episode with Elly de la Cruz, I think. I'm pretty sure we hit 2 home runs. So that's promising. It looks like they've changed up my lineup too. I think how I had it before was, and I definitely didn't have Tucker or Kyle Farmer as the DH. I think I had Joey Gallo as, who did I have as the DH last episode? I cannot honestly remember who I had as the DH. Was it Votto? No, I didn't have Votto as the DH. That would have been weird. But I know they messed up this lineup. They have Elly de la Cruz leading off. I don't know if I like that. I guess we'll see how it plays out for this episode. If I like it, then we'll keep it like that. But we definitely need to work on our pitching rotation. I did update the trade block. Oh, it's right. Josh Bell was the DH, but he's hurt now. That's what it was. So Josh Bell is hurt. He'll be out for a couple months. I have him on the trade block. It's not necessarily like a guarantee that I'm going to trade him. I just have him on there to kind of throw him out into the water, see what I can get back in return. What kind of offers are they throwing out for an 88 overall hitter like Josh Bell? But he is injured. We'll go take a look at the injured list right now. He's out for 43 more days with a shoulder separation. J.R. Ritchie also got hurt. He's out for 51 more days. Graham Ashcraft will be back in 14 days, but he will not be on the team much longer. He's probably going to get traded, no doubt about it. I don't know when, but he's probably going to get traded. We are going to play Max Scherzer and the New York Mets in the Queen City at Citi Field in this episode. We're going to see Chris Bassett for the first time in an actual game that counts. We saw him not preseason. We saw him in spring training in the previous episode, but we didn't really get to see a whole lot of him. He got taken out and stuff, so we get to see him in action here, and he's our best pitcher. So I mean, what else are you gonna do? We got to see our best pitcher in action, and we're actually gonna go with the Road 99s because these are my favorite jerseys. My absolute favorite Mets, or my absolute favorite Reds jerseys are the home 99s, or the Road 99s, and the home 99s. They're good too, but the Road 99s are the best. So we're gonna go with them. We're going to Citi Field, opened in 2009. I remember when they left Shea Stadium and went to Citi Field. So we will go here. We got the quick counts on. Chris Bassitt, our hottest pitcher, goes up against one of the best pitchers of all time, or at least in our generation, Max Scherzer. And this is going to be an interesting one. Frankie Lindor, Pete Alonso, Jeff McNeil, Starling Marte. It's a top of the order that is very heavy for the New York Mets. Can this Reds team compete? I guess we'll find out.
And welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. The show brings you Major League Baseball on a Saturday night. It's the Cincinnati Reds going up against the New York Mets. Alongside Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. Singing a guy who could change this game with one swing of the bat, Francisco Lindor. Always exciting to see him in action, and it seems like he consistently finds a way to impact the game.
Yeah, Boogie, it's offensively at the plate, defensively when he's on the bases. And this guy's just a heads-up player, but he's got so much talent, and he makes the most of that. I believe it starts with his preparation because you never see him give away an at-bat.
Just about set to go. And today's starter, Max Scherzer. And as usual with him singing, I think we can expect plenty of strikeouts.
Yeah, Boogie's racked up over 3,000 strikeouts in his career.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's a 2-2 count to start this game for Elly De La Cruz. What an at-bat here it would be going up against the legendary Max Scherzer, and Elly De La Cruz gets a leadoff hit to start this game. Fastball up in the zone by Scherzer, and De La Cruz leads off the Reds with a base hit. Now, I might have accidentally pressed the steal button, so I'm going to lead him off just in case I did. And that's going to be a pitch back and an out. I did not mean to even do that. I accidentally moved my hand on their left trigger, so I wasn't sure if it registered or not, so I had to lead him off, so in case he did steal, it would give him as best of an effort as he possibly had. And they threw it back. Wait, what happened? Scherzer's injured. Whoa, Brock Burke will come in. Max Scherzer just injured his arm or shoulder or something in the first inning of the game. I wondered what happened there. India pops this up to center field. Wow, Max Scherzer could not even finish 2/3 of an inning before getting injured here against us. Very interesting. And this bullpen arm that they brought in is very tired. He must have just pitched recently because his energy is below half. So very, very intriguing. What a change of pace here. What a change of the tables turning. Because Nick Senzel sends that to left field. It will get down off the glove of the left fielder. And Senzel will have a 2-out single. Didn't want to test a double there. And now we got Joey Gallo, who has not been performing since coming to the Queen City. He's 183 on the year so far. But that, to be fair, everybody's had a bad season so far. So it's not like he's an outlier. It's not like everybody else is hitting like 250 to 300 and he's hitting 183. But he does need to step it up a little bit. He gets a nice hit to Pete Alonso, but Pete Alonso does a really good job playing defense there. Shuts it down, and the polar bear gets him out of the inning. And Chris Bassitt, our hottest pitcher, takes the mound against the Mets. Let's see what we got. We got a 2-2 count to start the inning against Starling Marte, and a sinker will not get him. So it's a 3-2 count to the leadoff hitter for the Mets, signed in free agency last season, or in real life in 2021. And Chris Bassitt will walk the leadoff hitter. Not a good start. There's a steal situation in play for Starling Marte. I wouldn't expect him to go, not right now. We strike out Jeff McNeil, and that's a good way to get back on track for Chris Bassitt. Now I would expect a steal situation to come in. Pete Alonso, he's a power hitter. I would expect a steal to come from Starling Marte. Here it comes. The ball is called. India. Tyler Stevenson struggles with the accuracy there, and Marte completes the steal. Pete Alonso will foul that cutter off, and we will continue this at-bat 3-2. 15 pitches in, now 16 pitches in. Alonso grounds it to shortstop. Marte fields it, and we get him out. 2 outs. I'm glad that Joey Votto's back to number 19. It looks weird when he's not number 19. We're definitely going to have to retire number 19 when he officially retires. Oh, that's going to be up the middle. That's going to be a run score. There's no way Senzel's got the arm to throw out Starling Marte. He might actually. I don't know. I didn't want to test it. And that is a early 1-run lead. Francisco Lindor gives the Mets a 1-run lead with his 2-out single. And it is a 2-2 count to Eduardo Escobar. We'll see if we can get him here. And we do. Circle change, strikes out Escobar. And we get out of there with just 1 run scored, but I wish it would have been less. I wish they would have had no runs scored, but whatever. We come up here with Tyler Naquin leading off for the Reds in the top of the second. They still have Brock Burke out here on the mound. And Tyler Naquin will see the first pitch, at least the first pitch that I saw, and will swing it into center field. And that's a leadoff single for Naquin. That's how you like to start. Perfect as well. And Noelvi Marte, number 6 hitter, we'll see if he can fix things for the Reds. And that is going to be a very late fastball popped in the air. Pete Alonso will field it. That's a can of corn. And now we have 1 out in the top of the second. Tyler Stevenson, one of our better hitters, the only all-star hitter that we had last year. Maybe he can do it again. He was a starting catcher for the National League. I don't think he's having as great of a season, but that is going to send it to left field. We're going to make Tyler Naquin go to third, stretch it, and Naquin will get there. Just enough speed. And we've got runners on the corners with 1 out, and the Votto comes up. Does Votto still bang? We got to figure that out at some point. And Votto will send that to right field, but that's going to be enough. Naquin sends home, and we tie the game. Joey Votto with the sac fly RBI. Good job, Votto. You did what you had to do. And now the Farmer comes up. Kyle Farmer. 2 down in the inning. I would expect this to be the last inning Brock Burke is in, because his energy is super low. Is that going to get down in front of the center fielder? It will not. And that is how we end the top of the second, but we do tie the game. And now we play Francisco Alvarez, who comes up. I think he's the center fielder. And he will have a 3-1 count now after the missed call there with the ball, sinker. And no, he's playing catcher. Francisco Alvarez is playing catcher for the Mets today. So we still have, I think we have yet to come up against the center fielder. And that is going to be, speaking of center field, Senzel was playing super deep there. And it will fall in front of him for a leadoff single. Unfortunate there. Ronnie Mauricio coming to the plate now. 1-2 count to him, hitting in the 7 hole. He is the DH for New York tonight in this rainy game. And De La Cruz, that will be a foul ball. That could have been a tough double play opportunity. The slider there. There's a favorable double play. Jonathan India turns his body, gets it, but we only get a fielder's choice. Mauricio's got a little bit too much speed. And now we come up against J.D. Davis, the left fielder. 3-2 count to him. Bassett throws the fastball. That could be a better double play opportunity. I think we got that one, but we don't get that one as well. So we can't complete double plays, it seems like. We barely got the runner Mauricio at second. Brandon Nimmo's the center fielder. I should have known that. That's on me. And now we go slider. He fouls it away. We'll have to go circle change. That's what got us out of the first inning. Let's see if it gets us out of the second inning. It will technically. India will just underhand it to Marte, and that is how the inning ends. A little bit of a rough start, and they will take him out. Trevor May comes to the mound, and he's got favorable energy. He can go for a couple innings if he gets out quick. But Elly De La Cruz, he's going to make him work for it. That's another leadoff single for Elly De La Cruz. I really like this kid. He is the future. He is certainly the future of this organization. Speaking of the future of this organization, his running mate, Jonathan India, at second base. Let's see what he can do. 1-1 count to India. He puts that in the air. It's to left field. It's going, but it will be caught by Brandon Nimmo. And since Marte, or De La Cruz, had a pretty bad leadoff, he kind of went a little bit too far to second there. We had to bring him back and not advance the runner. Unfortunate there, but Nick Senzel comes to the plate with a 1-1 count, and it's going to be 2-1 after the fastball goes for a ball. Let's see what we can do here. Single in the first for Senzel. Trevor May with the 2-1. He's going to send that back to center field, and it is runners on first and second with 1 out in the top of the third. The cutoff to Francisco Lindor. And that's 2 for 2 night for Nick Senzel. Joey Gallo went 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts in the last game. And that could have been a monster shot if I would have had the timing down. That could have been a monster shot. Don't swing. I didn't mean to swing. That's a strikeout. I tried to check it. Who knows? They probably would have called it a strikeout anyway. I tried to check the swing, but I had committed too much. And Joey Gallo goes down on strikes. Let's just say Joey Gallo has been pretty disappointing the first month or so of the season. Somebody that's not been disappointing is Tyler Naquin. He's already got a single today. Let's see if he can go 2 for 2. It's a 1-2 count to him. But a favorable pitch by Trevor May, and unfortunately, I didn't get enough underneath it. Decent timing, but Brandon Nimmo's there, and we leave runners on the bases. Ducks on the pond, Starling Marte. 1-1 count to him. He smokes that to center field. Senzel will field it, but it's a leadoff single for Starling Marte. He absolutely crushed that ball. And now there's another steal opportunity. 2-1 count to Jeff McNeil. We struck him out in the bottom of the first. We'll see if we can do it again. Here comes the circle change. There's the strikeout, and Tyler Stevenson, bang, bang play. That's a double play in the books. The strikeout and the throwout. Caught stealing is Starling Marte, and that is a quick 2 outs, and Pete Alonso will just chip this one to third base. De La Cruz will field it with ease and get the runner out, Pete Alonso. And that's how you get out of the inning real quick. Noelvi Marte steps to the plate to lead off for the top of the fourth. All tied up at 1-1. Marte will send that to shortstop, but Lindor is playing it. And that is the first out of the inning. Tyler Stevenson got a single in his first at-bat. Trevor May still in the game. I told you he would go pretty decent into this game if he pitched pretty well, and he's already into his second inning. But Tyler Stevenson gets a 1-out single back up the middle of the field. Good job, Tyler. And now we get Joey Votto. He got an RBI on a sac fly. 354 home runs in his career so far. Can he make it 355 today? Come on, Votto. It's a 2-2 count. What can you do? Votto pops it up, throws the bat down in anger, and Lindor will field the can of corn. 2 outs, top 4, tied 1, Stevenson on first, and the Farmer comes up. Kyle Farmer hitting 180 on the year. Not having a great year, but nobody's having a great year in Cincinnati. Pitching or hitting. We'll see if we can change that with this game. Farmer fouls that fastball away, and it is 2-2. Trevor May running low on stamina. He's about halfway now. And Farmer gets a nice one, and he sends that back up to center field. Nimmo will field it. Stevenson will make it to second, and there's runners on first and second with 2 outs here in the top of the fourth. And they pull Trevor May. They are burning through their bullpen here in this game. I think this is game 2 against the Mets. They are burning through their bullpen. They better hope that they have a night off or a day off pretty soon, because their bullpen is going to be gassed. But, I mean, this is an unforeseen situation. How could you expect to have your starter, Max Scherzer, go down with an injury? But Elly De La Cruz continues his hot performance tonight, as he might have a double with 2 RBIs. If we can get there, no. Kyle Farmer gunned down at home. We tried to stretch 1 RBI into 2, but Farmer was just too slow. We do end up getting 1 run to give us the lead 2-1. Unfortunately, couldn't get the 3-1 lead, but Chris Bassett just sends a fastball straight down the gullet, and Lindor looks straight at it, and that's a strikeout to start the bottom of the fourth. But Elly De La Cruz, man, and that's against the shift. Eduardo Escobar sends that to left field, does what any good baseball player would do when facing a shift, and he gets an automatic double out of that. Easy. Just guaranteed. So that's unfortunate that the shift worked that badly for us, and Chris Bassett sends a fastball right down the middle, and it is paid for. 2-run home run for Francisco Alvarez. No doubt about it. Absolutely picture perfect right down the middle. And Chris Bassett gives up our 2-1 lead, and now it's a 3-2 deficit. Luckily, Mauricio goes down with a nice simple ground ball to Jonathan India at second, and there's 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th, but we got to continue to grind in this game. This is just the story of this season. Great strikeout by Bassett to recover after the home run, but this is just the story of this Reds team this season. Our pitching just isn't good enough to keep us in games. We have to, every time we think that we have a decent lead or a decent inning, our pitching just keeps digging us hole after hole and just deeper and deeper. We can't dig out of it. So we have to focus certainly in the trade deadline and in free agency upcoming this year. We have to really focus on pitching, because I think that we have the hitters. We have the bats. They just need to develop, and they just need to play a little bit better. The pitching is something that we do not have as of right now. We have 2 guys that I feel confident in with Lodolo and Green. Other than that, it's up in the air. I mean, Chris Bassett's having a good year, but as we're seeing right now, it can change on a dime. His good year. Senzel flies that to center field. Nimmo is right underneath it, and that is 2 down in the top of the 5th. It is a little bit of a sloppy one here in Citi Field in Flush, or is it Queens? It's Queens, right? Not Flushing. I think it's Queens. I don't know, but it's New York. And it is 3-1 to Joey Gallo, and that is going to be a favorable ball for Gallo. Will get on base for the first time tonight. Tyler Naquin steps up to hopefully drive in a run to tie this game. Tyler Naquin smashes that to center field, but Nimmo is right there to field it, and that is how the 5th inning, at least the top of the 5th, will end. Top or the bottom of the 5th, I need to get my innings right. Bottom of the 5th, Nimmo will lead off in the 9-hole. Thank you, generous call by the umpire there. And it's a 1-2 count to Nimmo. Here comes the circle change. He will fly that to left center. And Gallo will be underneath it for the first out of the inning. Good play by Gallo. Very, very good. And, oh, they're going to call the game? A little bit of a rain delay? Joe Madden's out there. Talk about it. The rain delay is expected to last about 45 minutes. Would you like to leave in your current pitcher or warm up a fresh arm? I think I'm going to keep Chris Bassett in the game. We'll let him go. So we're 45 minutes later. The pitcher is getting tired. We knew that would happen, but we will we'll warm up Aaron Bummer just in case. I would like to have Chris Bassett go a little bit longer. As you can see, the rain delay is kind of vacated the building here. The stadium is pretty empty now, as you can take a look at the outfield and the infield and stuff. That is going to be base hit for Starling Marte. It feels like he always gets on base, and that might be because he does always get on base. Steal situation again. He got thrown out the first time. I'm not going to try the double play. I don't think we have it, so we're just going to go for the automatic out at first, and we'll have to live with it. We might have had the double play. You never know, but 74 speed, a little bit scary. Pete Alonso 3-2. He will foul that one to the first base line, and it stays 3-2. Here comes the cutter, and he fouls that again to the first base line. We'll go change up or circle change here. And he will just chip that to Elly De La Cruz, and will not get him out because De La Cruz had a poor throw. That is his first error, at least in live gameplay. And unfortunately, the inning stays alive because of it. I could have just stepped on third, but I thought that it would be a simple throw. Luckily, Bassett strikes out Francisco Lindor, and that will probably be Bassett's final inning because of the rain delay. We get to see Adam Ottavino for the first time. I tell you what, they are burning through this bullpen. They're not going to have anybody in there. And Noelvi Marte misses the slider a little bit early. Well, not a little bit, way too early on the swing. And it is 1-2 to the young shortstop. He will get enough of that, but right field Marte got it, and he will easily walk underneath that. And Tyler Stevenson takes the plate. Top 6, 1 out. It's a 1-1 count to the catcher. The all-star catcher. Maybe he can go back-to-back years. I don't think he's having that great of a season to be at least the starter. He might make it as a backup. I don't know. We're only in April, so we still got a lot of baseball left to play before even July. Anything can happen. We could turn this whole season around. All we have to have is a hot month. Not even that. All we have to have is a hot couple weeks. Here comes the pitch from Ottavino. Slider, good hold up there by Tyler Stevenson. And it's 2-2. Ottavino's already thrown 8 pitches. And Stevenson will smack that back up to center field, and he gets on base again. Tyler Stevenson, I tell you what, when I came into this series, I did not expect Tyler Stevenson to be the guy that I was hitting the best with. But I feel like it's a consensus that I've been hitting the best with Tyler Stevenson in live gameplay. And Joey Votto's the guy that I expected to hit the best with. But I have not been able to do anything with Mr. Votto. We'll see if we can have that change here. Maybe it's because he's a low overall. I don't really know. We'll see if Ottavino can give us one we can send out of here. That's going to be enough. It is going to be probably not a double for Votto because he's only got 15 speed, but Stevenson will go to third. So that is a big-time single for Votto. He's hyped because he finally gets a good hit, and it's up to Kyle Farmer to tie this game for us. 1 out in the inning. This is a clear double play opportunity. And that is a favorable call from the home plate umpire, making it 2-1. That was a clear strike, but they call it a ball. That was a ball too, and I accidentally checked the swing, and they called it. That cutter really cut. I know that's the name of it. It really cut. But Farmer gets good contact on that. We will tie the game up. We're getting Votto on his horse. He's not going to make it home, but he will get to third, and that is an RBI double for Kyle Farmer. Good job, Farmer. That's what I'm talking about, baby. And now Elly De La Cruz, who has had a hot start, 3 for 3 today. They counted it as a single because Farmer got thrown out. Wow. That was a great pitch from Adam Ottavino. I was not expecting that at all. I should have looked at the count. I didn't know it was 2 strikes. But that was a great pitch. And now 2 outs in the top of the 6th with runners on the base path. And that is not going to get us any more runs. We do tie the game. See, that's our problem. We can get runners on base, but we just struggle to get guys home. We struggle to get guys across the home plate. And we will take Chris Bassett out. I feel like he played pretty well. He pitched really good, but we get to see Aaron Bummer for the first time on camera. We traded for him last season in just a shocking, like it wasn't even, I didn't even have like a play on him. He just kind of was offered to us from the White Sox in one of our guys on the trade block. I can't even remember who we traded away, but I think it was just a straight 1-for-1 swap, and we got Aaron Bummer out of the deal. And he's been pitching pretty well. He pitched pretty well last season, and he's been doing decent in the first month of year 2. And he's doing pretty well here in the bottom of the 6th. Ronnie Mauricio. Oh, is he a switch hitter? He might be. I didn't realize that. I don't really know who Ronnie Mauricio is, if we're being honest. But he's hitting 261 on the season, the young season, and it is a 2-2 count with 2 outs, bottom 6, 3-3 ball game, and he stares at the cutter right down the middle, and we get out of it. Aaron Bummer with a great one, and they bring in another bullpen arm. We might as well do the same, but we're going to stretch and toss, what's his face? I just forgot who I called up there. Who was that? Lucas Sims, that's who it was. I don't know why I completely blanked on his name there for a second, as I literally just warmed him up or made him stretch and toss. But Drew Smith comes in. He's got a 2-2 count to Senzel after the strike. And Senzel, I was early on it. That makes me disgusted with myself that I was early on that. Joey Gallo is 0 for 2 with a walk. I really need him to get hot. If Joey Gallo gets hot, we'll be feeling good at Skyline time. But still, we need to get hot with Joey Gallo. We brought him in for his power, and maybe it was the wrong idea, but that's going to be a nice base hit. I'll take it. Nice single to right field. Marte fields it well. And that's good. That's a good start. Joey Gallo gets on base. And Tyler Naquin's 1 for 3. Come on, Tyler. You've had good contact on every single hit you've had. or every single pitch you've had, and that's just me being early. That is just me being early. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. But that one should have been better, really. That circle change. That was picture perfect for at least a double, maybe a home run if I got really good contact on it. But unfortunately, it's just a pop out to Starling Marte in right field, and it's 2 down in the inning. Top 7. Elly Marte comes up to try and save this inning from complete and utter destruction. That's a pass ball, but it's not good enough to advance Joey Gallo to second. They thought that I was going to go, so they throw it to first. Come on, Marte. Give me something. I've struggled with you ever since we brought you in. But that is going to get down. I'm going to send him to third. I think that might be a bad idea. What's the arm on Starling Marte? Not good enough. And Elly Marte, Marte to Marte. He advances Gallo to third, and now Tyler Stevenson. He's 3 for 3. Can he get an RBI too? No, he won't. The circle change up in the zone, and Nimmo's underneath it in center field. And just like feels like every single inning, we somehow leave runners on base. Bottom 7, Nimmo comes up. Great call there. It's a 1-2 count for Nimmo, and Brandon Nimmo goes down swinging to Aaron Bummer. Oh, wait, that wasn't Brandon Nimmo. Who was that? I thought that was Brandon Nimmo. That's my fault. I misread who was up. But now Brandon Nimmo's up. And, of course, we're going to have to walk Brandon Nimmo. You think that the guy who pitches lefty would be able to strike out a left-handed hitter, but he didn't do it. He almost walked him. Elly Marte plays that ball well. It's a 1-1 count to Starling Marte, and he will field that just barely. Goes foul past Joey Votto at first base. And he will pop that up. India will go chasing for it. And India will be underneath it. And that's a quick end of the 7th inning. We go top 8. Still tied. And Joey Votto finally got a hit. Can he get a tie-breaking run with a home run? Why did I not swing at that? Some of the decisions I make when I'm hitting the baseball is just like mind-numbingly stupid. And of course I swing at that one. That one goes for ground out to Pete Alonso at first base. Oh, that's frustrating. I had maybe a home run on that first pitch with the circle change. That was placed perfectly into the zone where I wanted to hit it. And Farmer, that's got some carry to it. Kyle Farmer, who needs Joey Votto when you've got the farm boy? Kyle Farmer, Santa Maria. That ball is out of here. And the Cincinnati Reds lead 4-3 here in New York. Joe Madden's hype. The bench, the bullpen is hype. The dugout is hype. He's getting the crowd excited even though there's probably barely any Reds fans in the park. And that's unfortunate for the relief pitcher in the game. I think it's, Drew Smith or something? Kyle Farmer, that was on a rope. That was getting out quick. And that fan made a really good play out there with no glove. He caught that barehanded. But now we get Elly De La Cruz, 3 for 4 with a strikeout. Unfortunate strikeout, and that should have been a home run. That should have been a home run, but that's the story of me hitting the baseball. I always have early timing on pitches that I really want to hit. Let's see if we can continue the hot streak here and go 4 for 5. That would be the ideal scenario here. And Elly De La Cruz will do just that. A nice hit up to right field. And Elly De La Cruz, man, he is the future. You can see it. Jonathan India comes up with 1 out. It's a 3-2 count to him. Drew Smith is starting to lose some confidence here. They think that De La Cruz is going to steal. We will just, we'll keep him here on first base. I don't think we need to test the waters, especially because he only has 40 steal. I don't think that's quite the scenario we need to start stealing in. But I like that scenario. India puts that into right center, and De La Cruz, although they're going to probably try and throw at India at second, he's going to just make it there. India with a double and extends the runner to third. So now we have runners on third and second with 1 out, and Nick Senzel, somebody who's been pretty hot tonight, is going to squeak that up the line, and that will go to left field. An RBI for Nick Senzel, and the Reds lead 5-3. We're finally getting hot. Senzel's hype that he gets the run in, and they pull Drew Smith and bring in Craig, I never say his name right, Craig Kimbrell, the veteran closing pitcher, former closing pitcher. Now he's just a reliever. And Joey Gallo to the plate. Joey Gallo puts some mustard on that one, and it could be enough to get another run home, and it will be. Sac fly RBI for Gallo. India scores, and we lead by 3 in the top of the 8th. Absolutely beautiful. We've just come alive here in the top of the 8th. I don't know what's happened, why we've come alive, but we just have been hitting the ball in this inning. I'm here for it. 6-3 lead. 2 outs. Tyler Naquin at the plate. Kimbrell delivers. Naquin sends it to left, Oppo Taco style, but it will be caught. J.D. Davis makes the play, and we will bring in Lucas Sims to set up the 9th. Can he do it? I hope so. 3-2 count to Jeff McNeil, and he gets walked. So a leadoff walk for the Mets. Pete Alonso, we've held him in check pretty much tonight, and we will continue to do that. De La Cruz fields it. There's the play at second, and the play at first. Double play for the Cincinnati Reds defense. 2 quick outs. It's a good thing that we had the combination of both those guys are pretty slow. And Frankie Lindor comes to the plate down by 3 with a 1-2 count and 2 outs in the 8th. Let's see if we can strike out Lindor. We've done it before. Actually, the last 2 appearances that he's had, we've struck him out. So let's see if we can get him a 3rd time. And we will have a chance at it as he fouls that away. Close to being fair. Here comes the slider, and it's called a ball. 2-2. We'll go slurve again from Lucas Sims. He will foul that away. 84 miles an hour on the slurve, and he still made contact with it. And he won't be able to hit the circle change. High heat. And that is the end of the inning. Corey Knievel, or Corey Knievel, Evil Knievel. He will come in to try and make sure that the lead doesn't grow past 3. But Noelvi Marte to Starling Marte, his little cousin. I'm just kidding. They're not related. That's a quick out in the top of the 9th. We will warm up Alexis Diaz instead of just having him stretch and toss. And hopefully Diaz, who was also an all-star, we'll see if he can close out the bottom. Tyler Stevenson gets a good rip on that one. That's going to center field. Nimmo's on chase, and Brandon Nimmo is able to corral that ball in. Good job from Brandon Nimmo. And there's 2 down in the top of the 9th. Joey Votto to the plate. Will Joey Votto bang? No, he won't. Not on that one. Knuckle curve. I feel like I could send a knuckle curve out of here. Votto's got enough power left in his... He's only a 64 overall, but I think he's got enough power to hit a home run here. That one's going to be a direct line right to Pete Alonso. And the Mets will have 3 outs to try and win this game, or to try and tie it. Here he comes, Alexis Diaz. He's 4 for 4 in saved opportunities in 5 games. Let's see if he can keep the perfect streak alive. 1-1 count to Escobar, and he will go down. 1 out. 1 out in the bottom of the 9th. Francisco Alvarez had the home run earlier. He had the 2-run home run to make it 3-2, I think it was. And now he will send that to right field. Naquin giving chase, but he won't get it. And he's going to field it for a double. Yes, a double for Alvarez, Francisco Alvarez. He's had a hot start tonight. 2-2 to Mauricio, and he just stares at that one. You can't stare at it 2-2. You got to at least swing. Even if you just ground out, at least you swung at it. And J.D. Davis on a 2-1 count will look at a changeup high in the zone. It's 2-2. The final strike for the New York Mets. Away. It'll be a ball. 3-2. I think we'll go 2-seamer on J.D. Davis. And he will get that. It's hit up the center field line. And we'll send it home. Nick Senzel off target. And they will get 1 run home. That's okay. We still have a 2-run lead. but the game is still alive, and there's hope for Mets fans. Oh, but Brandon Nimmo sends that to left field. Gallo underneath it, and the game is over. Your Cincinnati Reds go into Citi Field and take this one from the Mets 6-4. We came alive in that 8th inning. I don't know what changed, but we did. Chris Bassett unfortunately doesn't get the win. It's going to go to Aaron Bummer. But we do get a beautiful, beautiful win. Much needed. Our 7th victory of the year. Kyle Farmer really changed everything for us. 3 for 4 with a home run and a double. Elly to Cruz went 4 for 5. He was amazing. And Alexis Diaz gets his 5th save of the season. We actually won the first game. I forgot that we won the first game 6-3 with Hunter Green. So we have a possibility of a sweep against the New York Mets on the road. But before we move any further, actually we can advance the day. But before we move any further, I want to check the injured list, and I want to see how long a certain Max Scherzer is injured for. He suffered lower back pain, so he's not out for any longer than like a week. But that is pretty interesting that he went down. That's probably what cost them the win there, is the fact that he got injured there. We probably wouldn't have been able to do well against Max Scherzer. I don't know. But we'll never know. And now we got Game 3, Lodolo versus DeGrom. We lose 5-6. That's unfortunate. And now we will simulate the rest of the month. Tyler Stevenson has a forearm tightness. Noelvi Marte has a finger contusion. He's out for 1 to 2 weeks. That's unfortunate, but we do win 1 of 3 against the Brewers. We're going up against the Cardinals, and the Brewers are interested in an offer. They are interested in Connor Overton for Adrian Hauser, a 30-year-old, 74 overall pitcher, has not played this season. And in return, we'd give them 29-year-old, 73 overall Connor Overton, who is 0-4. You know what? I'm going to do this deal because it can't be any worse than what we have right now. So pitching rotation, Adrian Hauser is going to come in. He's going to play this year. It can't be any worse than what Connor Overton has done. You can have him. You can have him. And we lose that game against the Cardinals as well. Alexis Diaz has a flexor strain. We do win, so we avoid getting swept. We have a little bit of notifications in the inbox. And here's the plan for the next couple episodes in the series. We are going to play in the month of May. Maybe on the road in LA. That could be cool. Or maybe, we could go to Wrigley Field. That could be pretty cool. And play the Cubs. I don't think we've played it. Have we played in Wrigley? I don't remember. That could be something cool. Or we could go to Washington, to the nation's capital, and play them. They can't be very good. They're 11-19. We're 9-20. So we're either going to play the Nationals or the Cubs on the road in the next episode. But the episode after that will be the MLB The Draft, the second one of the series. But in that episode as well, we will not play a game with the Big League Club. We are going to play we're going to play a game with the AAA and the AA teams to kind of get a little bit of a minor league retrospective, kind of a look into how the team is doing with their prospects. Because everybody cares about the young guys in the organization, the guys that have a chance to possibly come up and be real factors in a couple of seasons. So the episode after next episode, in 2 episodes, we are going to see a little minor league special where we're going to see the bats and the lookouts in their own little showcase along with the MLB draft. So it's going to be a little bit of a longer episode. But the episode right after this one, the next episode, will be the final one for right now of the Big League Club. And then we'll come back. We'll simulate the rest of June in that episode as well. And we'll come back and we'll do all-star stuff, and we'll see all that kind of stuff. Maybe we'll play like the Brewers or somebody like that, or the Royals. We haven't played the Royals at all. So we'll do something like that in a couple episodes. But I just wanted to let you know kind of what I was thinking for the upcoming episode. So let's simulate this series against the Cubs at home. And we sweep them. Okay, that's cool. We sweep the Cubs. That's a much-needed victory. Hunter Green gets a win, too. That's good to see. Bassett gets a win as well. And now we have the Nationals or the Cubs. Do we play the Cubs, which we've already played? We played them last season in the Field of Dreams game. So to be fair, it wasn't a home game for either of us. So we could go to Wrigley, or we could play the Nationals. That could be pretty interesting. We could play former Cincinnati Red Anthony DeSclafani, who's 0-4 this season. not great. Or we could play the Cubs. I don't really know. I'm not really sure. Let's at least sim game 1 of the National Series. We lose. Ashcraft is not injured anymore. We'll simulate game 2, and we win. So Lodolo is pitching game 3 of the Cubs series. Okay. We do have a game on my birthday, June 9th against the Phillies. Let's see. Do we play this final game? Because we haven't pitched with Brandon Williamson at all. That could be pretty cool. Do we play the Cubs on the road at all? We do play the Cubs in September. So I think what we'll do is we'll play the Cubs sometime this series in September, in a long time from now. We'll play them. Ooh, we also play the Rockies in Coors Field. That could be cool too. I think we'll play this final game against the Nationals, game 3, with Brandon Williamson taking the mound. We're both 13-21, so we're both not very good. But hey, the Pirates and Cubs are worse than us. We are now 3rd in the NL Central, 9.5 games back of the Brewers, but still we're looking pretty good. Dare I say, we're looking pretty good. But we will take on the Nationals in the next episode on the road in the nation's capital. Brandon Williamson, we'll get our first look at him, see how he pitches. But thank you guys so much for stopping by and watching. I really appreciate it. If you want to check out any more content, I have my main channel and my second channel linked down below in the description. If you want to go take a look at either one of those channels, the first channel, the main channel, it has MLB, or it does have MLB The Show content on there. There's a Cougar series on there. But there is mainly just Madden content, Madden 23, Madden 22, a bunch of NFL stuff, bunch of football stuff in general. So if you want to go check that out, you can feel free to go click that link. And then if you want to go check out the second channel, the World of Juice Hoops channel, is what it sounds like. It's basketball. It's NBA 2K content all day, every day. So if you enjoy either of those sports or either of those varieties, then you can go check out either one of those channels. But if you don't and you want to just stick around here and watch more MLB The Show content, feel free. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I really do appreciate it. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.